Welcome back, everybody. Time for game 2 of DK versus IG. I'm Gods and he's LD, and we've got ourselves a DK stomping game 1. Game 2, do we see a bit more of the same, or?
No, I thought IG played well. I think
Yeah.
DK just kind of after the laning stage. IG got picked off a lot. They were down 12-2, and that was what allowed DK to just take all the outer towers early. They didn't do a very good job of shutting down Ice's offlane Tidehunter. Rubik, not really the best zoning support in general. And I think that was the biggest issue. That Tide just got too fat too quickly.
Yeah. Well, both teams expected to advance to the playoffs, but IG do desperately need some wins. They are not really actually racked up that many points.
They're 3-1-1, so they've got a lot of games to play.
Yeah. And I guess you look at some of those teams that they should be beating later on in the tournament, but I believe they lost to Titan, so they've actually lost to like some of the other teams in the top run for the tournament. So, hey, they got to get some wins somewhere, and we're going to see if they can start in game 2. We'll hop ourselves in the draft, and it's straight off DK, Ice Invoker, no questions asked. Why not? It's still good. The X Invoker has not been touched. Forward Spirit still.
Necro looks a tiny bit weaker, but that's it's inconsequential, really.
No.
And it's actually, it's still. Wait, what was the change exactly? I think it's like actually stronger with the Necro one a little bit.
Yes.
Necro one's a bit stronger. Necro 3's slightly weaker.
The movement speed is like more like I think 6.
Well, I'll just double check.
I can't remember. I think movement speed is flat at all levels. So Necro 1 is slightly faster, Necro 3 is slightly slower.
Yeah, and they do give more experience, but I don't think that's the biggest deal. Instead of 59, it's 100 to 200 depending on the level.
I was pushing for like a slightly bigger Necrobook there, but it's still starting in the right direction. Necrobook's still very, very strong, and so we should be seeing a lot of it here. IG though. Speaking of Necrobooks, well, DK may not want to go for them. Not against an Enchantress, one of the good heroes to have against those Necrobook heroes, because you can, of course, easily steal Necro minions. So, Chuan Enchantress, I think IG, to me, when they've been winning games and doing well a lot of the time, there's a Chuan Enchantress on their side. One of the better, maybe potentially the best Chinese jungle players.
Yeah, Chuan is a fantastic jungler, as is Lanham. So both teams have really strong junglers. When IG was doing well at Starladder, it was mostly on the back of Chuan's Enchantress, actually. He had some very impressive performances. There was one game where he won them mid and on the safe lane, and pretty much won them the game from that. So that was the game where they just stomped Rock's Kiss in the group stage. So Chuan Enchantress, it's been high impact for them in the past. Going Shadow Demon Enchantress early, though, it's just like this clear tell as to your game plan. They're going to want to go for some early pickoffs, some early aggression, and DK will probably look to just pick hard to gank heroes from here and strong defensive supports to help deal with that.
Yeah. I think this Ice Center has been banned out, but banned out by DK themselves, not wanting IG to get it for YYF. So, it's not so much Ice Centaurs, but Mushi plays it when they get the Invoker Centaur combo. So, no Invoker Centaur today. DK, pretty open here with this second pick. I think they may just start picking up some supports. So on the Radiant side, so the Shadow Shaman is strong. They get the Nyx though, so. Potential offlaner, potential support, pretty flexible pick as far as where you want to send this hero, although generally it is an offlaner. And you look at those two IG supports, both very squishy.
Yeah, pretty good against disruption combos. You just match your Carapace right as the disruption's about to end, and most of the time you'll be able to get it off. So the only issue is Nyx doesn't have much counter push, and potentially we could see like a Luna here from IG. Lycan was banned, but a strong pushing carry, and Shadow Demon plus Luna plus Enchantress. Well, Nyx is not stopping that tower from going down.
Yeah, I think this is where if you DK, you want to ban out heroes like the Dragon Knight, Luna, maybe even the Mirana. I think Mirana's a good hero to play. Like it's some of Luo's best games have been on Mirana. I think he did really well at Starlight on Mirana. So.
Yeah. One X factor for DK is they could run the Mushi Nyx mid and go aggressive tri-lane. Not something we see from them often, but depending on this offlaner for IG, Invoker can beat a lot of heroes 1v1 in the safe lane, and it could be a strong option for them, but it'll just depend on these next picks.
IG ban out the Yanked Apparition. DK haven't really got too much in the way of support, so even if it is going to be a Nyx support. And then there's your Dragon Knight ban. Ferrari's played a lot of Dragon Knight. To me, Ferrari's like two most played heroes, probably like the Dragon Knight and the Templar Assassin.
It's honestly, like, it's kind of sad. I'd love to see 430 more on his more active and just exciting heroes. His TA, his Invoker, his even his heroes like Storm Spirit or Panda. But, hey, you do what you got to do. When duty calls. I still think Luna's a pretty likely pick here for IG. What else is out there?
Mirana, I think, is really good.
Mirana Luna would be pretty strong, and then they could just get a really good tempo controller for the offlane. Although I will say, there's not too many great ones left. Clockwork's out there, not particularly great against Nyx or Invoker. Lifestealer.
Lifesteal is great against Nyx. Like,
Well,
you can if Nyx is offlane, Lifestealer just completely punishes him like with any support because you can't rely on the Carapace or the Impale. Both having Impale having a bad cast time, you can rage and just
you can just 1v1 him as well. Like you don't have to kill him. You could just Lifestealer gets phase boost, just zones Nyx out of lane, and Nyx will struggle not to get killed.
To where Nyx is, I feel, is his main weakness as an offlane type hero, or at least a side lane solo is that he does quite poorly in a lot of 1v1 matchups. Like I've seen teams who like they'll pick a center and the other team goes Nyx, and like, well, center just straight up beats Nyx 1v1. Like you don't have to worry about the
Timbersaw is gonna do great against him. Like ranged heroes like Prophet will do great against him. Invoker will do well.
He just has bad bad last hitting and lane control. Like even a center, he doesn't have particularly good last hitting, but well, I think center's.
He's one of those heroes that you even like a Clockwork will win a lot more 1v1 matchups. Nyx is you purely put him there for the levels.
Oh, it's going to be a Burning Weaver by the looks of things here. It's a good kind of semi-counter pick to the Lifestealer.
Yeah, IG actually don't have money stuns.
Yeah, Shadow Demon Enchantress, like, you set up a Disruption into what? This is almost where you have to pick something like that Mirana to try and lock Weaver in
Mirana, Puck is out there, Storm is out there. I think one of those three are the main possibilities.
Yeah, I think Puck's actually a fantastic pick. The Infest Bombs, and it's the way to actually kill a Weaver with a Blink
also great versus Linken's. Yeah. So even if Weaver goes Linken's, you can still Blink Silence him.
There we go. I think it was almost like you have to pick Puck now. Like otherwise you're kind of screwed.
And Storm is just very vulnerable to Nyx in the mid game as well, even more so than a Puck.
Storm gets countered quite heavily by the Linken's, which is where Puck like Linken's doesn't help against Waning Rift or Dreamcall. And Lifesteal, by the time you get an Abyssal Blade, you can use like your Open Wounds and your Abyssal Blade to follow, one breaking the Linken's, one to actually apply onto a Weaver. So. All right. I think IG go for the right pick with the Puck here. This is going to be this game's going to be heavily decided by how effective Chuan's Enchantress roaming on early is. If he shuts down some of these DK core heroes, specifically the Invoker, this game gets a whole lot easier for IG. They'll have a much better time and be able to do a whole lot more come mid game time. They probably want to get a bit more as far as like another kind of good tempo controlling aggressive mid game type hero here to go with the Shadow Demon Enchantress. Like they can do a Lifesteal, a tri-lane, almost where I'd love to see like Lewis played quite a lot of Nature's Prophet. I would say they went for this Nature's Prophet, like
they'd run as like a safe lane solo and even go aggressive tri-lane at times.
And
which they could do this.
Alternatively, they put like Luo on the off lane. Like he'd play off lane Prophet, and YYF would be like on his safe lane Lifesteal.
What is Tron doing?
He's having some fun, man. It's good to see Tron in good spirits after that interview with OnGamers, man.
Yeah, he actually, even though they lost game one, he actually looks happy. He was very emo at Starladder.
Yeah, he's not always good. I mean, emo, yeah, in general.
No, there's nothing wrong with emo's. Yeah, it's like slightly derogatory, I guess. But I mean, everyone gets emo at times. I get emo.
No, he's
I was emo before I got to cast the series. Now I'm in great spirits. So.
That's good to hear, LD.
Yeah. Let me talk about my personal problems. Can I get a minute here? No, Lion's the pick for DK.
You've got the floor. I'll be quiet if you want.
Lion's the pick for DK. Great instant disable versus Puck. I think that's the main thing, is some lockdown. And I still feel they're lacking lockdown on IG. They have Coil, Silence. They have 0, like, real stuns. I would like to see them get... I guess they already have their supports as the main issue. So what do you do here? You could maybe run Puck offlane, but it probably will go mid for 430. And you mentioned the Prophet for Luo. Potentially, will run YYF Lifestealer, the Prophet, but then you still don't have much lockdown for Weaver or Invoker.
Yeah, at that point, you're putting so much emphasis on the Ferrari Puck, but Ferrari Puck can come up big. It did yesterday against Tyne.
What was he laning against?
He was mid against... Ooh. That's a good question. What was he laning against? I don't know. It wasn't an Invoker. Oh, they were against Invoker one game. I can't remember, LD. I cast too many games. First world problems.
Yeah, who was it who was saying that they... Someone was discussing the Puck versus Invoker matchup. And
I think it's pretty equal.
Yeah, I think it's fairly equal. I'd say Invoker has a slight edge, though. Generally can out-harass the Puck and can deny him the runes quite easily with Forge Spirits. And the main thing Puck is going for him is just that he can have more impact, even if he's not winning the lane, and just rotating to other lanes.
Yeah, I think I think mid lane's less decided by runes anyway. So even if you're denying runes, Puck's just bottle crowing quite happily. So.
Yeah, I mean it's not for the regen though; it's for like the gank potential.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see what these next couple of picks are going to be here. IG back against the wall after losing game 1. This is a 2-game series, so there's no game 3, even if IG win this one, and we'll see exactly what it's going to be out of the IG camp with this 5th and final pick. I think the Prophet, it's kind of that's the main hero that stands out for me. The other one's the Mirana still. Mirana's not bad at all, but kind of lacking in lockdown at the same time.
Yeah, this Weaver is going to be hard to deal with. Like, even, yeah, they have Enchantress, Shadow Demon, Lifestealer, but that's not that much stun for a Weaver, and they go Bristleback. Interesting.
I don't know about this Bristle. It's being
He
received
was,
a bit of
his
a buff.
Warpath is weaker with the first stack, but now it's stronger with the other
Yeah.
stacks.
So it's equal at level 2, I believe.
Yeah,
I mean, like 2 stacks is the same as it was in the past, but once you get more than 2 stacks, it gets better.
Yeah, originally the first stack gave you 5, 7, and 10% move speed. Now, each stack gives you 3, 4, 5%, depending if you're level 6, 11, or 16. So, at level 2 Warpath stacks, you'll now have 6%. Instead of 5 plus 1, which was 6. Yeah, it's equal at level 2, and then, or not at level 2. It's equal once you have 2 stacks, and then better thereafter.
All right. I mean, the hero's scary with the Warpath when you start stacking it. Ursa picked by DK. 6.81 Ursa, man. And it's Mushi on Ursa.
The no attack modifier Ursa. Was that the only change? Yeah, Fury Swipes is no longer a unique attack modifier. Any other big item changes? Not really. For pubs, I guess Shadow Amulet's a slightly less shit, but you generally want to go Blink Dagger anyway.
Right,
I guess the main thing is you can get the casual Mask of Death and just go Roche. You don't need to farm the Vlads anymore.
I don't know if that really comes into play in it.
But it is Radiant Ursa, so...
Yeah.
I think the main thing here is Ursa is a fantastic matchup for Lifestealer as well as Bristleback. Tanky carries, but that doesn't matter against those Fury Swipes. Mushi Ursa.
Yeah. Why not? Mushi plays whatever, so why not, I guess.
Yeah, this is what they do whenever Ice is on the Invoker, is they'll just adjust the lanes.
All right, well, we'll get ourselves into the game here, as this is going to be game number 2 of DK versus IG. On the Radiant side, it's going to be Team DK. The Dota King's going to put Mushi onto the Ursa. Looks like he's going to be playing the safe lane Ursa. We've got XMMY playing the Nyx Assassin. We'll see Lamb playing the Lion. Still seeing it base here. Ice on his Invoker. And finally, Burning actually going off lane with the Weaver, at least for the start of things here. He used all his Shikuchi mana. Did do some fairly, not some offensive wards, just getting one on the other side of the river.
Yeah, wants to get there quickly so they don't see it getting placed in D ward.
It's actually smart, because rarely can you get to this spot. If your other team runs directly here to kind of contest the top rune, rarely can you get there first as a Radiant hero.
Yeah, this is a pretty good rune for the Dire jungle. I mean, I think the ideal rune is more like something like up in this region, but you can't get there first, even with Sakuchi spam. With a Prophet, you probably could, but nonetheless, we'll introduce IG now. They're down 0-1 in the 2-game series. They really could use a tie here. 3-1-1 in the standings, but not that many wins piled up yet. Chuan on your Enchantress, starting in the jungle. The Enchantress is back. YYF, the safe lane Bristleback. We'll put 430 onto the puck, and the offlane goes low as the Lifestealer, and that will leave for support Faith on the Shadow Demon. So they are running an aggressive dual lane, and Enchantress starting defensive jungle.
Yeah, I think you almost have to start defensive jungle. It's kind of tricky to go offensive with it.
The thing is, what's a Bristleback really going to do against Weaver? Like, Weaver's not going to die here. He'll get a lot of farm and levels out of this
I think
lane.
they'll trade farm a bit. I don't think Weaver wins this lane, but it's like...
Well, you just get Magic Stick, right? And you can just keep on spamming Sakuchi and farming a lot. Yeah. He's no stuns.
The Quill Sprays do start to hurt after a while, but...
Yeah, you just have to retreat once in a while, let them cool down.
I imagine we may see Puck go for a gank at some point. Especially, like you say, if he gets some of those runes, but those may be getting denied from him.
Ice did start with Quas at level 1, but he does have the early no talisman here as well. I mean, we've seen Invokers do it all. Item build used to be a dead giveaway as to how you want to skill your Invoker, but I'd say no longer the case. Some players like to start Blades of Attack, still go Phase Boots, still go Quas Exhort, although that is less common.
We're going to see, I think, double neutral creep and then immediate smoke towards mid here. Trump picks up his second big neutral. It's going to be a safe here. They're going to probably finish off clearing these 2 camps, and then I think they just smoke mid, kill Invoker. If he gets his Quas Wake, if he hits level 3 and gets a point in Wex, it may be hard to gank him with Tornado/Ghost Wall.
He's already skilled Invoke. Invoker won't get level 3 for one more wave.
Bottom. At least that's what the lines on the minimap are suggesting.
And Lanham is lurking nearby. They also have 2 sets of boots here. They have boots up on the Lion and boots up on Mushi. So these targets are not particularly easy to bring down here.
It's also, this smoke, they need to be careful, because if Lamb scouts them out from the high ground and reveals them
that's
coming
what
up...
he's doing. Oh, Lanham. What great anticipation.
Yeah. Right. That's where the boot... He can actually do that and get away with it because he's got the boot, so he doesn't have to worry about his lack of movement speed getting caught up. But For IG, I think the main objective was just get in the enemy jungle so they can contest bottom lane. Like, ideally they get a kill, but plan B is you just sit in the enemy jungle and now pressure bottom lane. Because your 1v1 matchups, I think, are not bad.
Yeah, these supports for DK need a ton of levels. It's Nyx and Lion, so
yeah.
shutting their supports down, even if you don't get kills, is a good trade.
Alright, and they've got the Sati, it's going to start throwing out the Dukins at Lamb, and with the boots first. He's only got the 3 Tangos left, so...
I thought this was going to be an offlane Nyx, to be honest. I don't know. Support Nyx, I've not been high on support Nyx for some time. It used to be way stronger when teams would just, you know, when it was easier to zone out the enemy offlaner, when you could just focus on purely stacking and pulling. Like 6.78 support Nyx, very strong, but 6.
Crushing Ice. Sorry to interrupt you, LD, but 4 and 2 CS, and he just got a double damage rune as well. Ice with DD. Like, I think all his CS has come from the DD rune. He, like, got so fed up of being Outlast hit that he went to pick up this DD rune. Ferrari's 13 and 8.
Yeah, fortunately they have this Observer Ward, but I think the big thing is he's just been scared of the potential gank from the Shadow Demon Enchantress, and it makes you you have to split your attention, can't focus on last hitting, but not to take anything away from 430, but yeah, he's not had an easy time of it so far. And Chuan has made his way over deep behind the tower, so now Ice really has to be playing scared, although he's not, he's posting up.
Ferrari starts trading hits once he gets to the high ground, the cold snap wears off, and...
Quaswex? I haven't seen Ice go Quaswex in ages. I can't even remember the last
Especially, like, 6.81, Quaswex gets the nerf, Quasexort doesn't really get touched apart from the Necrobook change, and he goes Quaswex, says, who cares, I want to see just how good it is. See, let's give this new EMP change a bit of a test run.
EMP delay increased from 2.6 to 2.9 seconds, and Ghostwalk no longer affects magic immune units, which, to me, is an issue. Ghostwalk is more about just running around invis really fast and like scouting people.
Yeah, the free Vendetta style spell.
Yeah.
With the EMP change seems to be quite a decent nerf to it with the delays. It's a lot easier to dodge EMPs now.
Yeah, for Tornado, lift time, even at max level, it's 2.5. So... You can drop the EMP, wait like 0.3 seconds, then drop your Tornado, and it'll be timed about right. But
Ice loses his regen as he picks it up to the orb.
He's denying these puck runes. Invoker, the rap on him as a solo mid was that he just doesn't control the runes. And, well, especially Quaswex Invoker, but Ice is making a point of it.
So, Faith and Chuan take an adventure to the enemy jungle, then go back to their own. They're kind of unsure what they want to do. I'm actually surprised they didn't stay down there. I guess maybe they're worried about Ice rotating to help punish them a bit, but...
Look at Lanham. Just hiding in the trees. This is one of the better supports to kill Lifestealer. Has the Hex. If they can get off a Nyx stun, that'll be enough with Mushi right-clicking away.
It looks like Lua does have his boots coming out. Bit of unfortunate.
Are there phase boots up on Mushi yet? No, he's actually gone. Early Reign of Regen. Is he going Vlad's? Tranquils are kind of unusual on Earth.
Gets the rage off bottom. Lua's going to get away from this gank from Lamb. Just a level 1 line. He has Hex anyway, so that's the better spell that you want.
He's level 5 against these heroes. And that's not really just him, it's the supports. Like, yeah, they rotate enemy jungle, the smoke failed, but they shut down Ice a bit, threatening to go on mid, and they've also secured a lot of levels for their Lifestealer. So I think this duo, despite not getting kills, has been very effective.
Lamb's got the third eye lion set. I didn't know this line
set. That's creepy.
Yeah, I was looking
at this. This is Game of Thrones. It's the three-eyed crow.
No spoiler.
Mid lane, Dream Coil. They found Ice. He's already got Ghostwalk. Is there detection? Why even bother ganking Quaswex Invoker without it? Faith has bought Dust, but it was not delivered.
Gather round.
Maybe they're hoping you'd go for like a Tornado.
I mean, forcing out Ghostwalk isn't bad, because it has a 200 mana cost, but eh. He lives, end of the day, and that's 3 heroes not getting killed, and your first Dream Coil wasted, so I think fine for DK.
Perfect world, please. Server's not behaving again, LD.
They love me. You just have to give them the gentle touch, Gons. You're too abusive.
Yeah.
Violent monster.
Rune going to spawn bottom, so it looks like Lua going to be on top of that, but trying to keep it there for the Puck. So Puck, now that he's level 6, doesn't have the coil, but still wanting the runes to help sustain himself. The Courier going to be in use, so Puck will get this one. And Lua, he's level 6 himself, so going to see some phase boots up in just a second for Lua in this offlane.
Smoke from Faith and Chuan. This is their last smoke for quite some time, so they got to make it work. Oh, there's one more in the Enchantress inventory, but let's see what they can do. Lua, level 6, as you mentioned, and phase boots almost ready. They'll head bottom. They can kill Nyx pretty easily if they catch him, but the ideal target would be the Lion, who unfortunately is mid.
Nyx is pretty far back tucked under his tower, and Mushi's sitting on 1k gold. We'll see if I think he is going for the Is he still going Vlad's with this Ring of Regen, or?
Could be a casual Ring of Regen. I was like, wait, is he going Tranquil Boots? But that's a very awkward Ursa item.
Yeah, you want to be attacking quite
Hero that's all about right-clicking and being in the middle of the fight.
Yeah.
I don't know. Vlad's is still not a bad item on him, but it's just... It's interesting to see no adjustment to the item build so far.
Yeah. Well, Centaur going to scout out the heroes at bottom lane, and it also kind of tips DK off.
Lanhams will find Chuan, and here we go.
Chuan maybe the first take of fall. Can you get this heal off? Oh. Yeah, Chuan going to go down here. Perfect well servers in action.
That was a very anticlimactic first blood. Yeah. Just a cold snap with a Hex Impale, and then the EMP. Well, it goes off. And
first
I was like, wait a second, did we miss the first blood? Even though we just caught it. The audio is coming from God's computer. It's super delayed.
We're going to reconnect the LD.
Hey, it worked last time, right?
You're on radio cast mode as we stare at our beautiful Axeman.
Alright, well, maybe we'll set it up here if possible so that we can switch to the other computer if it's lagging, but... I have some ideas for that, but anyway, Faith on the Shadow Demon will rotate towards mid, does disrupt Ice Ice Ice. They actually have a Dream Coil available, potentially can get this kill on the Invoker. Dust gets deployed, but he cold snaps 430 onto the tower, who fails to phase shift. Now will lose all his mana to EMP, still going for Ice Ice Ice. One more right click, they get the kill. Faith being chased out by Burning. The Weaver's made an early rotation in mid, TP's in, gets one kill. Now on the hunt, it's a 2-for-1 exchange as the Enchantress, the Enchantress also went down. Still Burning, pursuing out 430, who will TP out successfully in the end. Lanham with the Haste Rune. Heading towards the top lane, hunting for the pickoffs. YYF has not joined the fight yet. Burning going deep for this one. 430, stick charges already. He's baiting a bit, and Burning's
got 15 more charges himself, so getting this kill not going to be... or getting the return kill not going to be possible.
That is the... So far, the EMP this game has seemed to be just as effective, and it's mostly because they have nice setup stuns for it. Lion's great for it. And in that case, Puck was...
is up on Mushi? No, he's okay. He sells it, rebuys it, buys it again.
Yeah, I think Blink Rush is super legit on Ursa. Yeah. Especially when you've got good lockdown from supports, which Lion offers a lot of, Nyx offers a lot of, and Invoker does as well. I guess that's the thinking with the Quas Wex Invoker, is the Ursa and Weaver will do the damage. They just need more crowd control. So, yeah, we don't normally see it from Ice Ice Ice, and it's a bit weaker this patch, but Cold Snap Tornado did not get touched. I think it's a good choice, looking at the draft a bit more.
Yeah, they've got so much damage output. Yeah, Ursa and Weaver alone that they don't need the extra damage the exalt spells give. So, all right, we'll see how IG look to respond to this one. Luo's still doing decent in the bottom lane. He can look to start using the Infest to gank with this Puck. Puck's Blink Dagger not up for another 1,000 plus gold. So Ferrari, you wouldn't really expect it to come this early on, but he's still got a well good way to actually go before he finishes that.
Yeah, once they get the Blink Dagger on the Puck, like who's an easy? Obviously, Lion's a real easy target. Nyx is quite easy. Last smoke gank for a long time from IG. Well, they've got one more in a minute, but that'll be it. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they have gone in on the Lifestealer, managed to pick him off there, and well, the smoke gank just coming a bit too late. They'll go mid instead.
I quickly realize that's not going to work. This could be Ice 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 going down though. He thinks he's maybe safe after that kill bottom lane. They start with a Dream Call. What's he going to go for? The Dust has already been used here. TP coming in. That's your Weaver. Burning once again going to try and save Ice Ice Ice. Ice 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 will go down. Dusted up. Burning gets a counter kill on the Shadow Demon, and I don't think they can kill Burning. Actually, Mushi going to shop with a blink, and he can't kill Chuan. Needs one more right click. Chuan trying to get to the trees, won't be able to do so. Ferrari unable to help out his friend there in the mid lane, and Burning going to just scurry his way out of there. Meanwhile, Mushi, he wants more. He's got a blink.
Nyx is coming in from the backside. He's got Vendetta. 430 gets caught by the Impale. See ya, 430. Back to the well for you. Early blink on Ursa, super strong, and yeah, you get Invoker, but in the end, DK coming out on top there.
The entire time while we're doing farming, he does have a mech up, but this is where I feel the Bristleback pick was weird. Like, you get something like the Nature's Prophet we mentioned during the draft, and this hero can suddenly actually come and contribute so much more to these early fights. And you can even go your mech on the Nature's Prophet if that's what you wanted out of your last pick, was the hero to get the mech for the
Yeah, what has the Bristleback done for IG this game? He sat top, did not stop Weaver from farming, hasn't helped them push, hasn't helped them get kills. He's 0-0-0, and he's not the best late game hero. This Bristleback pick has been not even just underwhelming, it's just been completely useless. That could change now. They get the mech.
It needs to change now. He needs to come to these fights, but you look at heroes like Weaver and Ursa, Bristleback does not match up well against them. The last pick Ursa was like a great answer to the Bristleback.
That's just DK being flexible as a team. Like, no one's thinking, oh, we got to worry about an Ursa pick.
Yeah. And I think IG were thinking, hey, look, they picked Weaver. This is not going to be an offlane Weaver. Bottom lane, they've gone in on Luo again, and with the Ursa, they'll just blow him up. Oh, dear. It's just going from bad to worse for IG.
Yeah, they wanted I think the Bristle versus Nyx even with Ice 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 maybe on the Nyx off lane. That would have been a great matchup, but they did not get it.
Yeah, the Weaver Invoker, you look at that as your two cores. You're not thinking you get like a third actual carry core like an Ursa. So, they say DK flexible, burning on an off lane Weaver. Not every day you see burning go into the off lane solo role.
Well, he's definitely enjoyed it. It feels like a free farm lane. 2 late game here. Well, 2 good damage dealers, not necessarily late game heroes, and the Ursa and the Weaver getting free farm. The Invoker, Ice Ice Ice, he has been shut down a bit, but Quaswex Invoker, I would say, can afford to die more than Quas Exort. Because end of the day, Tornado EMP, you just, at this point, you don't need to go back for value points in Exort. Those are nice, but just maxing out your Wex from this stage is really all he cares about, and getting a point in Invoke. So hit level 12, 13, and you're pretty much set to be a big impact hero for the next 10, 15 minutes.
The Exalt Voker just in so much more item dependent. Like
item and level dependent, I would say.
And the items you go for as a Quas Wex Invoker is like 4 stuff, which is pretty cheap and affordable, no matter what you are. X is going to walk into a gank here, and this could be a kill. There is a Weaver nearby, and it looks like Ursa nearby as well, but not going to come in time. X will be going down here. MNY the first one to go down. Burning's actually working on Ferrari. Ferrari already used his ult, doesn't actually have a good escape from this one. They're going to get a Sentinel ward down. Burning now needs to be a bit careful, gets to the high ground.
Here's a haste turn. There's no Demonic Purge yet. Mushi jumping in. Going hard on the creeps here. Ice 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 does get caught, though. He's no Ghost Walk available, no Invoke available. He will go down. Mushi forced to blink out. Good. Just 1-by-1 pickoffs from IG, and Burning just kiting them on the periphery. Now Faith has level 6, so if Burning gets caught here with the haste turn, could potentially be in trouble. Still Sakuchi to spam out. But
also an awkward location for that fight to take place. Kind of a choke point, and it's just this like weird, really narrow path where no one can fight that
really? Lanham already has Blink on Lion. That's 13 minutes in. Yeah, how did he find the farm? 2-0 on 1, and
good luck,
19
Puck and
CS.
Lifestealer. Like these heroes who rely on like Lifesteal on his rage, Puck on the Orb phase shift, those instant like escapes are going to be taken out of the picture by a Blink Hex.
And my thing is, I don't think Bristleback's actually very tanky this game, because there's Ursa. Ursa will just crush Bristleback in the fights. And they've got so much lockdown now with a Vendetta on the Nyx, the Blink Dagger on the Lion. DK can just, they can kill anyone with Ursa +1, I would say. Even Bristleback. Maybe Ursa +2.
Good news for IG is Ferrari's found up his Blink, and this is where I think him and Lifesteal, Lifesteal TP mid Infest should come immediately, and Ferrari's going to be on the hunt, looking to fight. Burning's actually making his way towards this bottom rune. There's a double damage there. Ferrari may find him. If he gets a Blink Silence, should be a kill. It may be close though. Burning's sitting on 1100 HP with 9-1 charges, so not the easiest kill to get.
Yeah, can also just switch to Strength Treads immediately. Oh, which he already, I guess he already did, but...
Well. He's tread swapping. He ain't no
Mushi. IG, early mech on Bristleback, not really itemizing for late game. I mean, you've got Phase Boots and a Bracer on the Lifestealer, so not itemizing for late game, not really having the best late game lineup. They need to find kills, and they need to do it very soon.
Ferrari's ready to pounce, goes in on Burning here. They'll use everything to try and blow Burning up. He pops a Magic Wand already, and there's not enough burst damage. Burning gonna get the time lapse off. They lose Puck instead. Tornado MP shows up, and this is going to do a lot of damage to Chuan. Chuan getting low. Burning turns around with a double damage rune. He's hitting so bloody hard here. Mushi's now in. He's on YYF, and YYF, he may go down as well. There's a Blink, there's an Impale, and YYF, he's tanky, but not going to be tanky enough. So nice from DK. Luo now on the run here. Blinking from Mushi, blocks the retreat. 4 heroes dead. DK Burning with a triple kill, just could not be brought down.
Some call them the Dota Kings.
It was only the level 3 Waning Rift, and I think that was the big problem there. If that's a level 4 silence out of the Puck, maybe they get the kill on the Weaver, but nah. DK say not today.
Great positioning from DK, though. They were parked in the trees, ready for that. They'll catch the Puck out here as he TPs and eats a Cold Snap. Will eat a EMP as well. Pop the phase shift very early there. But
no fun for you, Ferrari. And protect the tower, but DK don't care about the tower. Like,
not only do IG not really have much in the way of late game, but they're losing the mid game fights. That is extremely problematic. What do they do? The Lifestealer bombs, there's some heroes they can kill if they isolate. Now Burning probably is not assault. I don't think those two can even kill him. He's got 2,400 gold, can buy his ultimate orb. And nice job by DK capitalizing on the engagement. After they win the fight, into the enemy jungle goes the Nyx Assassin. He gets a great ward on Chuan, and nice aggressive ward. Also one that normally won't be dewarded. If you sentry this hill, you won't be able to see this ward. So it's an unusual spot, and I expect DK... I'm calling it now. They should be able to get a kill with this in the next minute or two. Maybe 3 minutes.
Let's see what IG do here. They've got another Infest gank going. Ferrari says that one failed. We'll do better this time. And this is another smoke. This smoke's being used very liberally. Their last one for 6 minutes. And
they've been like spamming smokes this game, and their smokes haven't been very effective, to be honest.
We saw it yesterday in the Summit Asia as well, in the LGD versus Dreamtime game. There were like 10 smokes used in the first 30 minutes and not a single kill off of them. But this time around, it looks like they will kill Mushi. He's going to turn and fight. He wants to go on Luo. He's almost going to bring down Luo. He's purged up, luckily. Mushi.
He's too tanky. He popped the stick charges. I think he'll go down here. One more right click. Barely.
He almost got a blink off there. Like, that blink was coming up.
This is Q for DK to get aggressive on the other side of the map. Bernie will take the tower down, has the ultimate orb, and now he'll have like 1200 plus HP. And I don't think IG can kill him anymore, even with the Infest Bomb. But that means Bernie can split push freely. If they can't kill him with those two, they're just not killing him, period.
Well, it's still a nice little pick-off. Gets Puckers level 10, but not really a good trade. It was just more like you needed to be shutting down Mushi. Mushi was level 11, was starting to work on a BKB, more than halfway there. And you do slow that down quite a good amount.
You know, the one thing I'll say is, you can already see this game how much stronger Ursa would have been if they were on the Dire side. Because when they won that fight mid with 4 heroes, Dire side they could have just gone into Roche right away. But Radiant side can't do it. Mid lane, they've tried to jump in a bit on Ice Ice Ice. Let's just unload the EMP.
Casual EMP harass on
EMP is so good this game. Bristleback has no mana really. He just has a magic stick. And he's the mech carrier as well. With no arcane boots, no drums, no treads. How many arcane boots? They have like 0 arcane boots as well against EMP. They need to get some versus Wex Invoker. It's almost a max EMP.
Yeah, max EMP is going to be a problem. Like, Bristleback's still sitting on 600 mana.
Well, there's a 475 mana burn though, right? Like,
bottom tower
and there we go. A fine enchantment. That was a nice little gank from Mushi there. Once again with the Nyx Assassin. These ganks are just going to be relentless. And meanwhile, bottom lane, they've gone in. Lioness is going to put himself in a bad position here with the blink and gets a Finger of Death off one of the Shadow Demon, but pays for it with his life. But
Ice Ice Ice. He is going for his signature mech build when he goes Quas Wex Invoker. He's favored this quite a bit for DK, and in the past, I'd say like when they were running a lot was like a month ago or so, and well, he will get the mech again. No one else really who could have built it in a timely fashion.
Top tower is under attack.
He's just purely he's just like crowd control. He's not here to carry. Yeah. That's all up to Mushi and Burning.
They're just toying with IG. Like, they're bringing IG to one lane, they're getting kills in another. With the TP's bottom, it means Mushi gets his top tier 1. Exo shows up to offer some backup, and that's Mushi getting most of his BKB. He's getting very, very close to it.
Ice Ice Ice. I'll just drop an EMP here, then throw out a tornado. You do have to get the EMP off first, though. Well, that's not going to hit. It's 3 seconds to blow. You have to drop it, then hit the tornado.
Meanwhile, coil under the tower. Ice 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 will be brought down there. Nice little gank there from Ferrari once again. But Mushi, he wants some more. He wants to chomp, chomp, chomp on the Bristleback's back, and will be pushed away with the Demonic Purge. I think they're going to turn this one around. YYF has a mech still at his disposal. Burn taking a lot of damage from the cool stack. The Impale going to be nice. We'll bring down the Shadow. Buyback from your Invoker here. Looking to turn this fight around. YYF still has not been dealt with, and he's going to bring down Lambie. The Impale gets dodged by Ferrari. Great facing from him. YYF gets the kill as well.
Oh, Chuan brings down Burning on the backside. He had a Sentry and Observer, saw him around the cliff with an impetus. Now the Impale coming down to YYF, but Mushi's a bit too low.
What?
Can't really find
him. What was that blink? Blinks to the low ground, orbs from the low ground back up. Mushi.
Oh, they think they still got him here though. Tornado from the Invoker. EMP at 3, he bought back to keep his buddy alive. Chuan's gonna lose all his mana. Now they go back in on Chuan. Ice 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 with the clutch buyback. The turnaround could get 430 here as well. One more right click does get the kill. Will probably feed Bristle God though, who's finally made his way into this game. Man, he took a while to show up. Now Impaled. Ice Ice Ice. I don't think they have the damage skill Bristleback. They actually need the Ursa to do this.
This Bristleback is, as you said, he is God right now. You cannot. He cleaned up that fight, but unfortunately, the rest of the IG just not really doing too well. Ferrari's blink. He misclicked it to the low ground. I'm pretty sure he did not mean to do that because
yeah, they would have killed off the Ursa before the Invoker got in range. Otherwise,
he missed it. All they needed was his orb to hit. His orb would have given enough damage to kill off the Ursa there, but he completely missed the orb. Got out of position by going. He just needed all plus 2 right clicks or something, and he was good. But that blink was just disastrous.
The one other thing that happened, pretty nice play from Chuan. Bernie was trying to retreat this direction, and Chuan dropped a sentry. He also already had this observer, so Bernie ran around the trees, tried to hide here, and Chuan was just imping him from over the tree line. So the Chuantress pays off.
Haste.
Also, the Invoker had to buy back, and well, he did complete mech first. I guess that's the big thing.
It was a good fight for IG for the first time this game, I'd say.
For the first time this series, I would say they haven't played bad in the other fights, but they haven't won them either.
Well, we see Mushi now pick up a BKB. That's a pretty nice item to have at this point against the Puck. It doesn't help against the Shadow Demon Purge, which is often going to be searching out Mushi, since he's the one here you do want to try and slow down in these team fights.
There's an Infest Bomb here, bottom lane. But Ice 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 drops the EMP, drops the Tornado. Can he make it out safely? Coil deployed, he Ghost Walks. Do they have detection? Oh, yes, they do.
He's going to try TP. Comes close.
Nah, he ain't going nowhere.
So IG can get themselves another pick off. This fucking fest. This is the way they're trying to get themselves back in the game. Mushi's throwing up bottom lane now. He's going to blink with the BKB.
Like you said, they need to reserve the demonic purge for him. That is very important.
The purge and the disrupt is going to be key here. You've got to disrupt whoever he tries to go on to save their ass.
Here comes Lamb looking for the blink and pound the backside. They instantly assassinate 430. No puck for this fight. Now in comes Mushi. He gets purged, but he's already brought down the Shadow Demon. And now Mushi's just going to start cleaning up. Bristleback does kill one on the backside. Isolates Tron in the trees. See ya, Bambi. You're going down. Not escaping the flames this day. Lanham on the backside as well. He will find a single impale. Now is a mana drain available. YYF out of mana. Mushi blink in 5 seconds time. Lanham blink in 2 seconds time. Keeps on quill spraying. Lanham could go in, but it's just a bit too far. No,
no, it's not. Not for Lanham.
That's too far. Oh, maybe not. Luo tries to fight, but Mushi's here. Giving him the right click. Burning could bring him down. One more auto attack. It's not enough damage. YYF as well, a bit too tanky.
Going so deep, though. They've got to be careful about this.
I think they went in too far. The Shadow Demon could be a kill, though. If he leaves the base, he's dead.
Yeah, if that was like a puck keeping back with a Dream Coil.
They might get this hero mid.
Nope. Oh, man. You mean Ferrari may go down?
Yeah.
Ferrari 3-2-2.
They just showed 3 bottom, and he's like, okay, I'm just going to TP him in and defend, but already with the Lion having blink, they were there. He should have canceled that TP, though. He saw the
They found Tron as well in the jungle.
IG just feeding now. They're just going in one by one, getting picked off. I don't know if they're on tilt, but they don't seem to be very focused.
And like you say, one by one, it's not over yet. YYF being slowed by the Ghost Book does get purged up, though. Luo's now showing up as well. He's got a rage. He's got dust for this, and side. Maybe in some trouble with YYF. The Bristle God, it's all up to him, but he's getting mana drained. Lamb is like, dude.
Luo needs to infest, but he gets impaled. He can't get it off now. Lanham, stunning up YYF, is going to be going down, but it's all up to Mushi. Bristleback dropping pretty fast. Pops the BKB. He's taking too much quill damage. One more quill spray. Bristleback will turn around. Gets the double kill. DK have overstayed their welcome. They silence Burning. He's got a time lapse, though. And she'll be able to make it out. In the end, 24-50 your score. Last game we had 14 kills in like 40 minutes. This game, 39 kills in 23 minutes. What a strange adjustment in pace, but at least according to the graphs, DK still coming out on top over these past 2 fights.
A nice little battle between Bristle God and M God there, but Bristle God coming out on top this time around.
For now, but Burning is getting very fat. What's on the courier? Is that a makings of a Desolator? Yes, it is. Mithril Hammer's online. He gets Deso, this Bristleback won't be living so long in the fights.
I like the Bristle's build, going for a Sanjin Yasha. Not an item you see too often, but it does help him out a lot just to get the extra right clicks off, just to be able to chase a lot better in these fights, because he needs to be, he's basically the carry at this point. Like,
yeah, Luo is not a carry.
And with the new changes to Warpath, I think Bristleback is kind of a fairly legit DPS hero. And I think with enough like stacks on the Warpath, he can kind of fight the Ursa. Especially, Ursa relies a lot on Overpower to do damage to the Bristleback. When Overpower's down, Bristleback can actually probably man-fight him pretty well. He's going BKB here, it looks like. Maybe even Heaven's Halberd. Heaven's Halberd would actually work really well against the Ursa.
Well, 24 minutes in, we have Bristleback aggressively pushing the bottom lane. Mushi will TP in, wraps
your
through the
new
jungle.
lifesteal, the Helm of the Dominator, Ursa. You get the armor with the Helm of the Dominator,
Radiant's
which is nice.
bottom tower
It's a better late game item as well. You can stack Ancients with it too, is the other thing, so slightly more greedy in that sense.
Dire's top tower
Sorry, once
is under
again,
attack.
has a package inside, looking around, finds Mushi.
They do see Mushi here, they have an Observer Ward.
Gonna get the coil. They need to stop his blink. They could blink coil this, but Puck's not willing to commit.
Has fallen.
Top lane is pushing in. If they go on Mushi bottom, then DK might be able to threaten high ground.
They see him alone. I'm surprised they're not going on him.
They've also seen heroes in other lanes. I guess they're thinking they don't want to be giving up damage on tier 3s for that kill. By the way, 430 has gone Fit Booster on this Puck. That's how bad the Lion's messing him up this game. Lanham's just had his number. You do not want to have to go Vit Booster on Puck, let me tell you.
This is like a...
you see a Vit Booster on Puck, you know they're losing quite hard. I mean, it can be built into what's it called? The item. It can be built into a Rod of Atos, which is good versus Ursa, but he's got
great
BKB.
against Weaver for breaking Lincolns too. That's like that to me is like the only. That's why you buy Atos in the current metagame. It's to break Lincoln.
Yeah,
it's
the slow is nice against Ursa, but he's got BKB, so not gonna help you. Here we go. We're gonna have a fight in the jungle.
Don't think the Observer Ward already been deemed warded. No, there we go. Dreamcore going to catch out. Ice going to break the Dreamcore, the 4-star out. Luo trying to finish him off here, and with the Bristleback showing up, he does not get caught up by the Tornado. And get a nice kill there. Doesn't also get hit by the MP either, so he's ready to keep on fighting.
Well, they'll let it go. They had almost the entire team in position to fight, but by the way, Burning has Desolator.
Like, off lane, more like just free farm lane.
150 CS. 10-3-6. Mushi's got the kill score lead here, but Burning is 6-1-6, so he's been very active as well. They're setting up a trap here on the high ground. They're going to see 430. Do they go in on him? Impale from high ground to low ground. They just tracked him through the trees, even with the Bit Booster. You're not getting out of this 430.
Oh, he is!
Are you? Or are you?
Bit Booster is the most value item in the game right now for Ferrari.
Wow.
He is so happy with this item choice. Strength treads as well. Every bit of HP saved his life there.
He had like, what was it, like 10 health?
I
that
think
was
10.
so close.
If he has a magic stick instead of a magic wand, he dies. Like, even just the fact he has a magic wand saves his life there.
Every little bit. Well, he does make it out this time.
Ferrari
Booster,
does the math. You beautiful
I mean,
little
it's like an item you get when you're dying and losing, but
Man.
hey, it's what he needed.
He bought the Vit Booster just for that gank.
Doctor's orders. Tank up. Well, still IG are bottled up in their base here. And DK seem to have the map control.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like,
Dire's
these Radiant
bottom
wards
tower
blocking
is under
Ancients,
attack.
getting vision all around the secret shop, the mid lane. There's just nowhere that IG can really take control of, but they can still try and fight as good as possible. I got Puck just trying to keep this last outer tower remaining, but it's already low enough that DK can probably just take it and IG won't put up much resistance. Even with Bristleback finishing off at BKB. Oh, he's deeping bottom. Maybe he does want to take this fight. Good.
In the front.
BKB's just... It's so hard to get BKBs off against the, like, Blink Hexes, Blink Impales.
Dire's structures are
They want to
fortified.
fight this, they really do.
I don't know if they want to go in here, though. IG, I don't actually think they're that strong right now with the new item pickups. BKB, Blink on Mushi, and the Helm of the Dominator. He's a lot tankier in the fights, and that's really helpful against Bristleback as the Quill stack up. You're also stealing more and more HP with the Helm of the Dominator.
Ferrari's still in the trees here, ready for a blink in, possibly. Burning's linking gets broken by the goo, and...
He's out of Lifestealer bomb range, though.
Oh, the silencer hits him just barely! Burning may go down, he gets coiled out, that will actually force stuff, that will break the core. Burning just gets the time-lapse off! He was on about 10 HP himself!
Luo's
and now
dead now.
Ooh, mech'd up, he's still on the run. It looks like Bristleback using his BKB, it's already worn off now. He needs to get out of here, maybe. Twine gonna be the first one to go down, X finishing off with a Vendetta hit. IG just unable to kill off Burning with their initiation. That was... I think it was worth a shot, but unfortunately it doesn't work off. They lose the puck.
They were really close, though. They were so close.
I like IG attempting that. I think DK weren't expecting him to defend the tier 2 tower, and they... Puck just reached him with the Blink Silence. Unfortunately, couldn't kill him off.
Yeah, you can't give up a tier 2 bottom lane that's so crucial for Roche, because they have Ursa and a Weaver with Desolator. They will go Roche next. Unfortunately, they lose the fight, and they lose the tower, and they lose the Roche. So the end result is really bad for IG, but nonetheless, I think it was the right play to try and force something there.
Yep. Alright.
The problem is now Burning up to 3.4k gold. Your Ursa up to 3.2k gold. All these heroes getting big items soon. We'll see what Mushi wants to go for next. I personally like even the idea of just a Scythe of Vice here. He doesn't need to be a big damage dealer. He's more just a frontline tank. And Ice, Plate Mail up. Shiva's Guard a possibility. Potentially, he just goes for an Assault Caress as well to help them burst these heroes down.
Block some of the Bristleback damage.
That's true as well.
It's going to be a lot harder for IG.
I do go back to the draft for IG, and you have to say, like, they don't have that much lockdown for Weaver, and I think that's continued to plague them. Sure, they've had some good Blink Silence initiations. Maybe if they had a better start on the Puck Lifestealer, they could have killed him in a few fights, but...
Every single time he's getting time-lapse off. It's just...
Yeah. End of the day, that's their only initiate and lockdown for him. Imagine if they had, say, a Lion instead of DK being the ones who have it. Then he would have fed a lot more of this game.
Burning now with a Demon Edge, so possible MKB coming up for him. Although there isn't no evasion to deal with at the moment, so it could even be a Daedalus. Things just getting trickier and trickier for IG. With all the outer towers lost, they've got very little map control. One nice observer would plop down in the mid lane, giving some good vision there, but for DK, it's just they're the ones getting most of the farm on the map right now, and IG still struggling to scrounge together anything.
Yeah, IG just on the back foot though. Like it's now the question is, what are they farming for? Luo is very poor on Lifestealer. He has Javelin, I suppose, working towards a Basher, but that's a long way out. Burning, and he almost has completed MKB.
Mushi does need to be careful. Oh yeah, they see each other with the Shadow Poison. So.
He's got BKB though. IG don't really have. They can purge him, and then what?
Yeah, they've got no like blink disable type hero. Like you say, the Lion on their side would make a big difference.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what they do. It just makes it hard for them to go for ganks. Is the main issue. And that's what the Puck Lifesteal is strongest at, is ganking.
If they purge him and focus him down with their physical damage, it means that Burning's just going to be going ham. He's going to be getting kill after kill with.
And if Mushi's alone, he just TP's away. So Bristleback needs a basher. I think that's the verdict of the story here.
Mushi satanic?
This is going to be so weird seeing Ursa's getting orbs in competitive play.
Yeah.
This hero has been around for how long? Like 8 years, and he's never been able to build any orbs before.
Yeah.
This is very strange.
Valve reinventing the WPC game.
Blink Hex bottom lane and Lifestealer's toast. He almost just died to the finger alone. It's a level 2 finger of death. 875 before reduction.
No, that's more bad news. IG, unfortunately, Lifesteal just can't have much of an impact because he's.
And now they
being
see
shut down
Bristleback.
so much.
Oh no, Bristleback's got a gem. He sees somebody, but in comes the Ursa. YYF's going hard here.
Yeah, he can at least kill off the Nyx here. Does he fight Mushi? Probably
No, not with this many stacks.
No,
that
not with
is
the satanic,
11 stacks of Fury Swipes, plus 330 damage per hit. Burning's diving mid. Meanwhile, working on Faith. They will try and lock him down, but he's still got the Aegis. He kills off one. He's got a time lapse available, 430. Gonna have to no, he gets rid of the Aegis in time. The Purge pops and secures the Aegis kill.
So Demon does go down, unfortunately.
3 heroes dead though. Top lane's pushing in, and Chuan is. What is Chuan doing over here?
Mushi did end up killing the Bristleback as well. So.
Look at this Enchantress. She's just like
Chilling.
so useless.
Aggressive
at this point.
warding. I don't know.
Yeah, like what is that ward doing for you? They're breaking base.
Puck goes in, blink silence, all about. Needs to make sure he gets the orb off. Does do so, but these racks are now exposed. YWF has to be careful. If he dies, it's all over.
Well, Chuan will find the courier. It's a small consolation for him, but they're breaking base.
Okay.
Burning, by the way, Daedalus online now as well.
Oh man, that's ugly.
And he has Alacrity at his side, and the Alacrity is max Weck, so tons of attack speed.
Burning just gonna one-shot the Wild Wing.
He's gonna one-shot a lot of things.
Yeah, for IG, this is gonna get really tricky. Like this Lifesteal is not gonna look like a core hero in these fights against Weaver and Ursa. Even Bristleback at some point, his ability to be a core hero in these fights is gonna be questioned. So.
He can just be kited because of their lack of lockdown.
Ursa
can man up on him, Weaver can kite him, and everyone else will just be jumping the supports.
Yeah. As much as Lua hasn't done a lot this game, like most of that comes down to the laning. Like Lua was in the off lane, and it's a Lifesteal with no disables to help him out in fights against a Weaver and a Weaver as well as Invoker as well as like these blinking heroes. Ursa, like he's got no way to get kills because his team have no lockdown.
IG did not anticipate the offlane Weaver. That's what really cost them. They thought they would get maybe a Nyx versus Bristleback matchup, and the Ursa pick. Yeah, it was nice against Bristleback and Lifestealer, but it's more just what it opened up for their lanes, which was that Weaver offlane that made it so strong.
This is not a game which you can pin on Lua. This is definitely a lot of the IG draft. I mean, I don't think they necessarily drafted that poorly. It was just getting caught by surprise by the last pick.
Yeah, that's the beauty of DK's flexibility is they can pull anything out of the hat, and they often do.
Yeah, IG played a bit better. I think almost I think as far as the draft went, they still had possibilities to do a lot better this game. But the Enchantress shadowed him in Rome. None of their smoke ganks worked this game.
Oh no, they have a Shiva's Guard. Ice is heading top. YYF in a lot of trouble.
And
they'll go for Faith. They'll go for Faith here.
We'll go for the Soul Kill. Deafening Blast, Cold Snap to follow Faith. Just going to throw a Purge as he's blowing up.
Now they forced out the BKP from YYF. Even if they don't kill him here, this means he won't have it for the high ground defense. That was his precious only 8-second BKP. Still pretty precious though. Now Creeps are in the base mid, I believe, and there's no backdoor protection because of this. Creeps right at the hill. They'll take a free Rax, and this is the beginning of the end for IG. Just don't see many options for them at this point.
Yeah.
They're not really going to win if it goes later. They can't really win now. They can't contest the next Roshan. They can't push out that effectively. They're going to have to fight, and I don't see them winning that fight. I feel like it's checkmate.
DK is going to back off, like you say. Wait for the next Roshan rather than go for a high ground mid push. There's a big creep wave waiting for Mushi, and Mushi's got 4k gold. So Lifesteal does finish off his basher now, but it's too little too late for most of the IG side. Anything they can do is just not going to be enough.
Well, DK back in form here. They looked a little sloppy in their previous match, but...
Yeah. 25,000 gold lead. That is ugly. Not what you want to see when you've got a DK versus IG series.
I just can't get over, what was it, like a 12, 13-minute blink on Lanham. 2-0-1, had 20 CS. That was when the game really turned their way, was the blink dagger on the Nyx getting level 6 and then having a blink on the Lion.
What? Gem? What's this gem hiding here for?
Must have been dropped in... Oh, was that the Bristleback's gem?
sure. I don't think. I think it was just being passed around. Who's gem? It's owned by.
Oh, they no, they got the.
It's Lion's gem. I think he just maybe just got it. I think he was on one of his teammates and he just wanted it back.
Oh, Bristleback had the gem and gave it to Faith, maybe, or YYF.
Bristleback's on the diet side. No,
Yeah,
it's
he had a
the
gem.
Radiance gem. It's owned by the Lion.
They have 2 gems. Ice has one
Okay.
as well.
All right, so they stole YY. Oh, that's Faith. Yeah, they stole Faith's gem and now they have their own.
Yeah, insult to injury. Well, DK, like you said, can wait for Roche, and then they'll go end the game. That'll be it, pretty much. Unless they really overextend.
Burning will get some pot shots, and with Desolator, like, these pot shots actually do a decent chunk of damage. Like,
What are they going to do? Are they going to blow their Infest Bomb on him? The other thing is, even if they do manage to kill Burning once, he can just buy back time lapse, and that's before he has Aegis.
and the only way they kill him is by bursting him down, so that time lapse will be a full HP time lapse in.
And the only way they burst him down is if he silenced the full duration, but with BKB, they'll just be able to BKB time lapse out. They don't have enough instant burst to kill him before he BKBs.
And do you break the Lincolns? I think they need to be using this Rod of Atos to break the Lincolns, but I guess Enchant not that useful of a spell anyway in a fight like this.
They also have Goo to break it.
Yeah.
Bristleback on paper is the counter to Lincolns, I will say that much.
Kind of, yeah.
It's not the longest
The problem
range.
is when your Lincoln's is good against like,
Bottom
the
lane.
Blink Lasso Initiation, so that's where you're not gonna have like a bristle. You're blinking from fog generally, and that's where you're not gonna be like it's not like Bristleback one keeps blinking in. So.
YYF out of mana. I'm telling you, man, this mech. He had to go back for treads eventually.
Yeah.
Tranquil boots. I'm not convinced about the tranquils on Bristle, especially in this context of being up against Monobert and being the mech carrier.
See DK get a tier 3 tower uncontested. Roshan up in like 2 seconds. Yeah, 3 seconds gonna be respawning. And Burning just doesn't care. He wants his Raxin with a
Heart on Mushi. Mushi has 3,600 health.
Why we have caught in the ice wall here. This is actually trouble for him, but Burning says, look, you're trapped in that. And Mushi will go for the kill. Weaver's actually trying to focus on the Raptors, get full stuff away from him. Can time lapse out, or can he get stunned up? He gets the time lapse off again! Every single time. Burning getting these time lapse off. Faith is going to probably go down to this. Nope, Deafening Blast site. Survive. 30
no
HP. 10. Nope, no earn charges being used here, and now we go in. Mushi, he's king of the castle here. He's got the heart, he's got the satanic, and there's no bringing him down. He'll take down Luo next. Burning helping out, and GG. 35 kills to 17. Most importantly, 30k gold lead. There was no way back for IG.
Well, DK will take a 2-0 sweep here. DK looking real good, heading towards the WPC Ace playoffs, where there will be Cloud9 and Alliance arriving in China. Alliance last seen in China going undefeated in G1 League, but I don't feel like it's going to be the same story this year.
No, not with how DK have done recently. I mean, they went undefeated at Star Ladder, more or less. Yeah,
Yeah,
they went undefeated at Star Ladder. So.
undefeated. But, well, we'll see. I think some of these Chinese teams will give them a better run for their money as well, because DK was a team that the Western teams have not had much of a chance to study or practice against. But that being said, DK are still the Dota Kings. They still look extremely strong.
Yeah, I think IG played decently in Game 1. Game 2 was just a lot of it, the draft just did not really work out too well for them, and I don't know. I don't think you can pin that one. I think to me, like I think the main problem in Game 2 was just the Enchantress. The Enchantress plus Shadow Demon, the support rotations didn't work out well at all. They didn't really achieve anything.
The first rotation was kind of nice. They slowed down the enemy supports. They got the lifesteal a lot of levels, and they made Ice play more defensively mid. But after that, it was just a lot of wasted smokes.
Yeah, like and the end result of that was like someone like Luo in the offlane had no farm and was just kind of almost, I don't know, scapegoated because they couldn't actually do a whole lot.
Yeah, chat was blaming Luo, but that was just a laning issue.
Like that was, and there wasn't too much. Ferrari did his best to try to turn the game around with the Infest ganks, but it was never enough. Like IG were just so far behind. So.
Well, 2 more matches coming up today.
Yes, 2 more matches. We've got IG versus Dreamtime, and that's going to be followed by DK versus Vici Gaming. So Vici Gaming had a good streak as of late until they ran into HGT in the WVW Grand Finals, but they'll be looking to bounce back and hopefully take some games off of DK later in the day.
All right, and coming up later today, guys, we will have the Summit America kicking off. The schedule should be posted soon, but there's a Cloud9 triple header today. So that's something else for y'all to look forward to. Cool. America kicks off. 2 teams for America will come to the LAN finals.
Nice.
Probably the most likely teams are Cloud9, EG, and Liquid, but you've always got like Revenge, NA Rejects. Maybe they cause an upset along the way.
I see some American Dark Horse teams coming through.
Yeah.
South American teams.
Let's
man.
get revenge here. Let's see. Let's smash Dota it up. We'll see. Smash for Sarteezy
Dude, man,
1v1 show
you
match.
better be ready for Dreamtime. Road to they're in the winner bracket final for the Summit Asia.
Yeah.
Dreamtime.
Wow.
Road to LA. Like, I want to
Here we
see.
go.
That would be like a really crazy story if you get a team like them coming to.
That would be
the
their
Summit
first
final.
major land, really. Like I guess WPC
Outside of China, like
yeah.
that. Like these guys obviously playing in China and playing WPC other tournaments, but leaving China to play a LAN tournament to represent China, that'd be crazy.
As for WPC, group stage play will continue. We still got a few more weeks to go, but some great games coming your way very soon.
Yep. Stay tuned, everyone. LD, are you gonna be joining me for the next games or not?
Probably
No.
not. I'm going to be working on the schedule for the summit.
All
Fun
right.
times.
Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks LD, and we'll see you guys later.
Cheers.